Now they begging for a fight. Now they want to fight me now. I don't sell, so there's no need for you to even mention my name no more. Don't say Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
But in the same token, Jaron Ennis had a yeah.
Cause he a hater.
Nah, you think so? You think he had something to do with it?
Hater. Cause he a hater.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis has been throwing constant jabs at Terence Crawford, calling him out and even promising a knockout in a recent live. 1. Right after Crawford's big win over Canelo, Boots made it clear he wasn't impressed, and he's carried that same energy in every appearance since. When asked if Crawford deserves to be considered one of the greatest fighters of all time, Boots said no. To him, greatness means names like Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Those are the fighters he studies, the ones he places at the very top. And Crawford doesn't make that cut. That response led to multiple pros labeling him a hater, while others see it as the perfect setup for the next big fight.
But don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net.
Even after Crawford secured one of the biggest wins of his career against Canelo, Boots kept his reaction sharp and minimal. His first response was simple, "Great win." But then he followed it up with another clip where he said he actually fell asleep during the fight.
I was going at it. Though I wanted to fall asleep. I'm like, I can't stay up no longer. I just wanted to fall asleep.
To many fans, that sounded dismissive, but that's exactly how Ennis has chosen to handle Crawford's name. He doesn't want to look like he's chasing him with compliments. He wants to look like the hungry fighter who isn't buying into the hype and wants the world to believe Crawford is not untouchable.
Come on, man. Boots had a chance to fight me. Virgil Ortiz had an opportunity to fight me, but now everybody, I fight Terence, or I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, okay, cool. When y'all had y'all opportunity, y'all went elsewhere. But now that y'all see I'm the ticket, now y'all like, oh yeah, we want to fight Terence Crawford. We want Terence Crawford.
The twist is that Crawford himself has already shut the door on fighting Ennis. Right after the Canelo victory, when asked about possibly facing Boots at 154, Crawford said no, he wasn't moving down and he wouldn't fight him. That answer only fueled Ennis more, because now he can point at Crawford and say the veteran is avoiding the young lion. Crawford may be 42-0, but Boots is unbeaten too, and when the old guard flat-out refuses to face the new generation, it becomes easy for Boots to flip that and throw it back in his face.
The fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and the fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron "Boots" Ennis.
I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
Then Eddie Hearn stepped in and added his own push, calling Ennis the new Crawford and saying he wants to match them up to prove it. Hearn admitted it would take a big payday to convince Crawford because he knows it's a dangerous fight. And that's exactly the angle Boots has been circling around. If Crawford truly believes he's the best, fighting Ennis shouldn't scare him.
I didn't see him go to another level yet. He just went to a little bit. He got so much more in his bag, man.
Can you explain what you mean by another level?
Another level when somebody gonna give him a real hard fight.
Yeah.
He made that fight look easy.
It definitely did.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. You want to see him into a real tough fight, then you're going to see something else come out of him.
Okay, since you're speaking on tough fights, I did an interview with Eddie Hearn yesterday.
Hearn also leaned into what many people already think. Crawford's biggest win came against an older, past prime Canelo. That fight looked more like careful matchmaking than a real test. Ennis, on the other hand, is young, fast, and fresh. He isn't flat-footed, and he isn't slowing down with age. Crawford wouldn't be able to run circles around the ring for 12 rounds and edge it on the cards. Boots believes he would cut off the ring and stop him, and Hearn agrees.
Who do you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, yeah.
I love watching Boots. Boots got game. People don't understand Boots got game. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then he mess on defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford. Because Terence Crawford is.
Crawford's coach Bernie Davis also jumped in, taking aim at Ennis by saying he still has training wheels on. Davis pointed out that even with over 30 fights, Boots hasn't faced anyone truly elite, and his recent opponents weren't top of the food chain. He challenged Ennis to step up against real names instead of padding his record with softer competition. That jab was meant to protect Crawford's legacy, but it opened another debate.
Crawford says, show me the money. And I'm like, well, Crawford, you're the A side. You're supposed to show Boots Ennis the money. That's the funny part about it. You keep telling Ennis to go get the money. You go get the money. You're the A side. Ain't that how this works? In boxing, the A side is the one doing the...
What's the fight, or who's the dance partner that makes Boots a star?
Right now, I don't even know anybody, for real, and anybody that got a big name.
Got you. Got you. But there's no exact guy that you think about? Because I don't want to ask you, hey, this guy, that guy. I know you get those questions a lot. So if you had to say, hey, this is the guy I think, we would have a big fight, who would it be? Because it doesn't seem like the Crawford fight would happen. So what's that dance partner for you, Boots?
Ever since they sparred over a decade ago, no one's been a bigger Terence Crawford believer than Tim Bradley.
Right.
And so Tim still picks Terence to beat Boots, still picks Terence to beat Canelo. But as he continues to assess things, and this is how I felt for a while, is that it's a little similar, not quite all the way the same, but it's a little similar to the Canelo and Benavidez.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a...
Both of them knocked out David Evanesian while David Evanesian was swinging.
But look, the thing about Boots is he's staying in there. Oh, no. Taking it up the gears. Nice.
Oh! That's what you do. They both were willing to get hit to hit.
Because if you look back at Crawford's own career at 28, it was almost identical. He was also fighting older opponents who were past their best. Ricky Burns, Ray Beltran, Yuri Ortiz Gamboa, and Brady's Prescott were all on the decline when Crawford faced them. He didn't get a truly notable opponent until Victor Postal, and that wasn't until he was 29. So for Crawford's team to say Ennis hasn't fought anyone is more than a little ironic. And that irony is exactly why Boots keeps firing back with so much confidence.